The opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Eastlink Community TV, its sponsors, or partners.
Welcome to Breton Connects on Eastlink Community TV. I'm your host, Cecil Clark, and I'm thrilled to be here at the site for the new and renewed and revitalized former Seton School complex with Food Bank Chair Lawrence Shabib. Lawrence, thank you and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Cecil.
The North Sydney Food Bank has been in existence since 1994, but you've been involved for over half a century now.
Yes.
And all that evolution of being part of providing for community need and nourishment. And can you explain a little bit about moving from the food bank that was established in December of 1994 at the old train station to where we are today?
Well, at the train station, we had 700 square feet. So, we were limited in what we could do for the clients that we serve. So once we found out that this place was surplus, we, went after it and were able to get it from the school board. Of course, they did it over to CBRM, and then thanks to you, we're here.
So it's great now that the municipality did play a role, but Councillor McMullen works with, as vice chair now, Erlene in that process, and was very hands-on. So we all knew that this was a community grassroots initiative that really was about building community and lifting it up. And you had that vision.
Yes.
You were determined in it. I can tell you were steadfast.
Yeah.
But you took it from how many square feet? It's for
700 square feet at the train station. It's over 6,000 here, and that doesn't include the gym or the seniors complex.
So
back
phenomenal
there.
change.
It is, yeah.
And really becoming now more and more than just a food bank, truly a hub in our community.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we have a clothing depot here now, as well as a working kitchen where we do cooking classes and teach people that don't know how to cook to how to, prepare meals. And
And so you've had the cadets here. You actually even have a hair salon built in.
We have a hair salon there too as well.
So it really becomes something that, also, providing and feeding a need in our community, but also, again, really tearing down what I see as what were former stereotypes, people that would worry.
Yes.
Remember when you first were looking at this facility, people were like, well, what would that mean coming into the neighborhood?
Yeah, the neighbors were kind of worried about what was going to take place here. And they're just so happy that we're here now.
Because it's a beautiful setting.
Yeah, it is.
The site itself, everything from children's playgrounds to, like you say, the affordable seniors housing, the gymnasium, which will be a community center, providing for cadets and other groups. And if they don't have money, you make sure they have access.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they have access to it. If they don't have the funding to whatever it is they do, we'll help them with it.
Now, I always know you've been able to bring a great team together.
Yes.
You've got countless volunteers. People just show up, are always here week after week. You must be so proud of the fellow citizens.
Oh, I am, yeah. We have over 100 volunteers that help us from time to time. Coming up to Christmas time, we have maybe 50 or 60 here at one time working to provide groceries to the needy.
And unfortunately, you've seen the need and the demand for a food bank increase in the last number of years.
Yeah, we have, really.
And part of that, though, you've taken it beyond just providing food on a weekly basis to helping people understand nutrition, and with the cooking kitchen.
Yeah. Well, with the cooking classes, we help them to provide, better meals for their families with nutritious.
And so, again, it's just what you're doing is phenomenal from the point of view of, not just saying we had a service to do, here's something, here's a bag of food. It's about how do you actually provide for yourself? How do you have better nutrition?
Yeah.
Focusing on, people's well-being.
Yeah.
And not just an immediate need for nourishment.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
So in terms of the housing, can you explain a little bit about how that came about? Because that's a very impressive with these units you now have just opened recently with full tenants and the number of applications you were telling me earlier.
Yeah, we had 85 applications and we have 19 units.
So the
there
demand
now.
was definitely there for
Yeah.
this type of housing.
Yeah,
And you've got some future plans, I'm told,
we
as
do.
well.
Yeah, we have plans to put a street in behind and build some duplexes back there.
Well,
Hello,
you've proven
see
you can do it,
Oh yeah.
and
Well-
you've got the team to do it.
Yes, we do.
And but
have
the
a-
other thing that happened as well, because the community came together, you saw that the municipality, the province, and the federal, every elected official sort of surrounded you folks and made sure
They
we were
did,
doing
yeah.
everything they could do.
The cooperation between CBRM, provincial and federal officials has just been great. We couldn't do it without them, right? So
So it
all the
must be
partners
rewarding
came
too. I
together.
know it's been over 50 years since you started volunteering, so you've witnessed and known what the
Yeah.
needs are within our community, but you also see the good within the community.
Oh yeah.
And you've provided a fundamental base for the community, for the food bank to have a future.
Yeah. Well, I can't say enough about CBRM. You know, without them, though, being on board with it, I mean, we wouldn't be able to do it, right?
Well, Lawrence, I got to say again, it is so impressive whatever you've been able to do. Not only just renovating former space and giving it new life and providing housing, you also have installed energy efficiency, you have solar panels, like
Yeah,
you're really
we
taking this
do,
to the
yeah.
next level.
We generate 80% of the power that we use with the solar panels.
So that's
So
a
that
phenomenal,
system,
again,
it is, yeah.
outcome that you have. So coming up, we're going to talk to some residents in your facility, and we're going to do a little
sure.
bit of a discussion
Yeah.
with your manager for the facility. We're looking forward to that in the next segment. Welcome back to Cape Breton Connects on Eastlink Community TV. Now I'm joined by Jim and Deborah McKinnon. Thanks so much for being here as residents in the new Coors Place 19-unit seniors housing unit here at the new complex at the North Sydney Food Bank. It must be a difference in transitioning to seeing what a school could have been to now your home.
Right on, eh?
Yeah. So how did you find, like, for starters, did you leave your home and come here? Like, what was your transition to the housing here?
Well, we left our home after 45 years, but we just couldn't manage it anymore. It just got to be too hard for us.
And do you find that the transition here was an easy transition to
Oh,
make?
yeah.
It was?
Yeah, real easy.
Just from a convenience point of view, a better community, having neighbors, but your own outdoor deck, this beautiful
This
patio?
makes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a sense of independence as
Oh,
well.
yes.
But connected to everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And how do you find your unit? It's a phenomenal 2-bedroom unit
it's
with
beautiful.
full
We love it.
accessibility.
Yes.
Yeah, we really like the unit. It's well, it was just
It's
made
everything
for
you
us.
need.
Yeah, exactly. Everything you need.
And while we're in the heart of the community of North Sydney, you're in this beautiful setting here. You look out at other green area, all surrounding the whole complex, and so it must provide some serenity and
It's very peaceful.
beautiful.
Very peaceful.
It's amazing how quiet it is around here. It really is. It's any time of the day, really. Like now, it's really nice and quiet.
In
all the time.
summertime, you can always just literally, as the sun moves, you can move.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we can go
spots.
across the lot. Yeah, yeah.
And
we're
with
pretty-
the other residents, so coming together, I know there was over 85 applications for the 19 units, but coming in, everyone seems to have settled very quickly.
Yeah.
You know, people are looking at this when they hear about projects like this and, you know, repurposing of facilities. What would you say to other people that are looking out there that may not have considered this, might have been like a little hesitant, although 85 did apply? Would you encourage other people to have this type of housing?
Yes, take
Yeah.
another look.
Yeah.
Take a long, hard look because you don't realize what you're missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. There's everything here, and the staff over there, they'll bend over backwards to help you. And,
So many volunteers. You get to see so many people.
oh yeah,
Even if it's
Yeah.
quiet here, there's still lots of people coming
Always
and
someone
going.
to talk to, have a cup of coffee with. It's
yeah, there's
nice.
always somebody roaming around.
Yeah. You got your own barbecue next to
I
the
know.
patio deck, so you pretty much full service,
Yeah.
yet downsized. So you did do a big reduction in space probably from your
Oh,
house
yes.
to here, but you were able to manage that. And
It was great because, I mean, you just take what you need.
right.
Simple living.
Yeah, that's what we did. We just took our clothes and our necessities, and we came here, and anything we needed, we bought it new.
As we go forward, hopefully people seeing this will feel the same level of encouragement that you have and satisfaction
Yes.
that these are good housing
They
options
are.
for people.
They sure
really are.
My God.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thanks so much for joining us on
No problem.
Cape Breton Connects on Eastlink Community
No
TV.
problem.
Joining me now is Stacey Ellis, the manager of the North Sydney Food Bank. Welcome, Stacey.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's great to have you here. More importantly, it's great that the work that you and the entire team of volunteers are doing here within the community. And one of the things that's been talked about with Lawrence Shabib is this idea that it's gone beyond just a food bank and providing a weekly need to feed a need in the community to really becoming a hub. Can you explain a little bit about what you see now as this community hub?
Well, right now we do a monthly community meal in conjunction with all the churches in North Sydney. So we love that project. We also have our clothing room, which is open to anyone in the community, not just food bank clients. We also participated in the Grading Day event held by Brogan's Fisheries, which went fantastic. We saw over 500 kids. We have coming up again Remembrance Day, the North Sydney Legion. We're going to be doing the brunch there again this year, which is a wonderful thing. And our new Dockside Days, which North Sydney is starting this year, we're going to be there on August 9th cooking hot dogs and hamburgers for the community. So it's become much more community involved than just handing out groceries to clients. For
So
sure.
going beyond the walls of what is now the new food bank, and also the fact that you have this full professional kitchen, you've got a community center project underway, and you just opened 19 affordable housing units. Must be a real sense of accomplishment and achievement for the community.
It is. The feedback is fantastic from everybody, from the tenants that have moved in who love their apartments to the whole residential area. Everybody is talking North Sydney Food Bank in a good way, and that makes us really proud.
And I know food security and more importantly the insecurity and people's needs are there, but are you seeing that citizens are stepping up more to address that need?
Yes, for sure. And we've had a lot more involvement too. We see a lot more people wanting to help now that they realize, that the need is growing. We've had a lot more people call us about volunteering and want to get involved, and even with the housing, the community, it's just been wonderful.
And I know Lawrence and I talked about like breaking down, stigma and recognizing that this is truly about helping your fellow citizens, but also including the community more and expanding beyond just what a traditional food bank was seen as doing. And now you've taken it to another level. And I think I give kudos as well to the corporate community here on the north side. Like you really seem to have people just step up, and the volunteers. Can you speak a little bit more about what it is, the volunteers, the types of jobs they undertake here around the food bank?
Well, because we have so many moving parts, we require a lot of different kind of volunteers. So we have volunteers who unload trucks. We have volunteers on Fridays who help us pass out orders to clients. We have volunteers who help us pack the orders for clients. We have volunteers who help in the food on community lunch, help cook it, help serve it. We have volunteers in the classroom getting things ready in there. So there's a wide range of different things that people can do here to volunteer.
And clearly when you come onto the site, there's beautiful gardening as well as the food, providing food here on the grounds itself to be able to harvest herbs and vegetables. This is just something where everyone can put their hand to something, and it makes a difference in the lives of fellow citizens.
It does for sure. Yes.
So what do you see next in terms of plans for the food bank?
Well, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to stay on course with getting more involved with the community, giving back to the community that gives us so much. I'm in the process of trying to turn our gym into a community center, an event center where people can rent the space for different events that they might have and help it be a little bit of a revenue stream for the food bank, which would be wonderful. We've asked a lot of different people, and that seems to be what people need in the community is a common space. It has a great acoustics, nice big stage. So yeah, I think that's the next project that we're going to work on. And also, actually, we're working on our food bank becoming a shopping model food bank, which is a huge deal. We're in stage 3, or phase 3, I should say, of that. And that is, instead of clients coming and just getting groceries and getting pre-packaged groceries, they're going to shop and they're going to pick out their own groceries, which is fantastic. There's no other food bank in Cape Breton right now doing it, so we'll be the first, which is really exciting. There's only actually 2 in Nova Scotia, so we'll be the third. So that, it's a little bit of work, it's a little bit of logistics to change things around, but we think it's really important because it gives people back their dignity. They get to choose what they want to eat instead of us saying, here's what we already prepackaged for you. They can say, you know what, I don't really necessarily maybe want that, or I don't even like that, but you've been giving it to me, but now I get to choose what I want. And I think it's going to go really, really well. We did some surveys to ask clients if they wanted it, and it was overwhelming how much they do want it. So that's wonderful.
So you've taken and gone from what was a train station being transformed to a 700 square foot food bank, to taking a former school, to this phenomenal 6,000 square foot hub that now will build on that. It looks so exciting, as you say, now giving people choices, and most importantly, giving them the option to eat well and live better in their community. Exactly. So thanks so much, and thanks for joining us today on Eastlink Community TV for Cape Breton Connects.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back to Cape Breton Connects on Eastlink Community TV. I'm thrilled to be joined by the Executive Director of the Community Cares Youth Outreach, located here in City Mines, Dorothy Halliday. Dorothy, thank you so much for finding time for us for our show, and also to discuss the important work you continue to do.
Well, and thank you for the opportunity.
So, we first met each other in the late 1990s when you were merging and trying to have a home for community cares at the former Notre Dame school, and kind of things have evolved from then. And here you're at what was the King Street School, doing phenomenal work as well. From there to now, can you explain some of the experiences or what you've seen as changes or some of the constants that remain as a challenge to someone leading youth programming?
The first thing that comes to mind is that the one thing that is constant is change.
Yes, so true.
And there's been a lot of that. So in the early days, what I was working towards was responding to conditions that were holding people back in community and holding a lot of young people back. So young people between the ages of 16, 17, and 30 years old. So the early work was really about 2 things. One, providing opportunities to close some of the opportunity gaps, because that's how I described and understood what was happening in community. That really what was missing were opportunities for young people to figure out who they were, what they wanted to do, and to find their passion and follow that, and at the same time have a good quality of life and get on with that life.
In a judgment-free atmosphere.
In a judgment-free atmosphere.
Everyone's equal coming through the door, and everyone treat it with respect and given respect. And I know that I remember even at the time, we go back almost 30 years when you were dealing with recognizing the need for people to have getting kitchen equipment so people could teach nutrition and proper food preparation and stuff like that. And here you are today expanding and looking at it. But I know from a government point of view, we've met with municipal, provincial, and federal officials to look at how do we meet the needs. So identifying going forward, there's so much good work that happens within these walls. Maybe first and foremost, if you could do a quick summary of what happens now, that from a program point of view, and where would you like to go, and what do we have to address within the elected level to support the outreach efforts that you do?
So food remains a constant need. Through your previous work and the department that you were leading at one point, we were able to equip our kitchen. And when we moved from that location to this location, we took that equipment and we're still using it. And when I say equipment, I'm talking about large pieces of appliances, the stove that the meals are cooked on, things like that today. Those are not easy, items to be able to resource. So food and the essential needs remain the constant. So the kinds of things that we're doing right now is there's kind of like 2 streams of them. Right now, there's 20 plus young people in the building this afternoon, and they're coming back tomorrow. And there are young people who have showed up because they want to get their driver's license and they want some help in preparing to write their beginners. Then there are food programs, and we've been doing a lot of that, whether it's food boxes, emergency food boxes. We have a food cupboard outside, or cooking classes, so the kitchen remains a big piece of it. We have some people organizing to transform one of the classrooms here into maker space, creative space. We've worked hard to attract all kinds of organizations, most of them with offices in Sydney, whether it's health, employment, or mental health services, to come to the north side and to come through us. And a lot of the times the barrier is a place to work from. So they come on rotating services, like legal aid comes every Tuesday. The legal aid social justice worker shows up so that people don't have to find their way to them and perhaps miss appointments. ICJS, Island Community Justice, and I know from your previous work you're very familiar with them. When they come to do Northside work, it's usually here, they show up. So there's a host of things that we're doing. Some of them are direct services by ourselves. Some of them are direct services by other organizations. We have an outreach worker who works as part of the network that the province funds. So she and another staff person came up with the idea of exploring an opportunity for young people to hop on the bus with a kind of a guided tour with the bus, and to drop into agencies in Sydney that they may not otherwise go to on their own.
And those are the types of things that a lot of people wouldn't see coming out of a center like this, that have so much value. To you and everyone at Community Care's Youth Outreach, big thanks, and we appreciate your opportunity and look forward to discussing the next opportunity with Sam. And with me now is Sam Boner, a peer support worker and very heavily connected with Community Care's Youth Outreach, starting as an intern. So welcome, Sam.
Hi.
Sam, if you can help the viewers get a sense of your journey in youth program engagement. As you say, you started as an intern. Take us from there and your involvement with Community Cares.
Well, actually, I did 2 years of social services at NSCC Marconi. 2 weeks after I graduated, I did a full year of interning here. So that was 3 different sections of interning. I worked in each room, this one, the blue room, the outreach room. And I was working with Keith Anderson for a bit with CMHA, but before I started working with him, we had a conversation, and I didn't realize it was like an interview, but it was a conversation. And he hired me right on the spot because he realized that my firsthand experience and my life experience, First Voices, I fit perfectly for youth peer. So Canadian Mental Health Association is who I'm contracted for, and we've been running that for now 6 full terms. So that's about 3.5, almost 4 years of peer supporting women that are from the north side, Sydney, all the way to Glace Bay, and they make a commitment to come here every week and feel validated and supported through all their anxiety and their stressors that they've been going through.
It's interesting how people can walk by or drive by Community Care Youth Outreach. People know the location here on King Street. They see activities happening here, but they really don't always understand the level and the depth and the variety of programming and services. And also, I think probably the most important is the human impact. Like, you've been able to see through your involvement that you can help improve lives, change lives, help people have a different direction, and those that are struggling to know that they're in a safe place. It must give you some personal satisfaction and that energy to keep going for other future programming.
It definitely does, because I personally know what it's like to struggle, live on poverty, and be a single parent. So when I know there's people there that I can mentally, emotionally help, whether it's food, clothing, other resources that we can reach out and grab an organization and say, hey, can you help them with this? We can help with that. It makes us feel so good because we know that there's one less person that's struggling. There's kids that come in here, like young kids that just need a bag of bread or some cereal and they take it home to their family because say their parent can't come or their other sibling couldn't come. So it's definitely the heart of town is community cares. I've leaned on Dorothy so many times just for advice or for help, and now I get to work beside her to help others that I never thought that I would be able to do that, and now I just keep on smiling at these people that come in because we are a welcoming place. So there's nobody coming in here being judged. We know we don't ask what you need. We just, here you go. We're not asking why you need it either. We know there's a reason why you're here.
I'm very grateful that you set aside some time for not only me, but our viewers to see and hear and experience in a small manner some of the just sheer scope of everything you're doing. And for that, we're very thankful and appreciate you joining on Breton Connects on Eastlink Community TV.
Thank you.